During April's 6th grade year, I was invited to attend her Cat's Chapel talk. It was my first, and I didn't know what to expect. I quickly realized how special of a tradition it was at GPS, and I couldn't but think ahead to her senior year and hope that she would give me the honor to introduce her. Over the years, I led her to believe that I was going to get up here and do something to embarrass her, like ride a unicycle wearing a clown outfit or something. Even at this moment, she's probably wondering what I'm going to do or say. She's nervous. However, April, you don't have anything to worry about. Ever since that first chapel talk, I have been looking forward to this special opportunity to stand in front of your friends, teachers, family members, and introduce you. Well, April was a daddy's little girl. We spent a lot of time on DDDs. Well, that's something we called, or stands for, daddy-daughter dates. Movies, Sir Goonies, the aquarium, haunted caverns, Ichiban, to name a few. Memories I will cherish forever. Over this time, we developed a set of principles that we called the Forced Offer 5. Kindness, honesty, humility, respect, and never give up. It was a fun, catchy list, but its intent was serious. As with any child, there were plenty of opportunities to discuss the Forced Offer 5 and how to apply it to our actions and decisions. At the time, I had no idea how these would play a role in her life, especially number 5, never give up. It started with a simple life event when she failed a 4th grade science test. Not because she wasn't smart enough, but because she didn't put in the effort and she wasn't prepared. It was a good discussion opportunity, and from that moment on, it was clear that the idea of never give up was part of her core. Last week at April's induction to the Cum Laude Society, Mrs. Walker described this same characteristic. She called it grit. I think that is an appropriate word for April. It has been her grit that has driven her desire to become successful both academically and athletically. As a freshman, she was seated 3rd in 50 freestyle and 5th in 100 freestyle at the Tennessee State High School Championship meet. 1 week before, at a volleyball tournament, Cammie came running over to me. "Mr. Forstoffer, April hurt her ankle. It's pretty bad." She ended up tearing 3 ligaments. It was devastating. Needless to say, this did not prevent April from swimming at the state meet just 5 days later. Her ankle was heavily taped. She had to use crutches to walk, and she literally crawled onto the block for her races. She didn't finish anywhere close to her pre-injury expectations, but she still finished 37 out of 91 kids and 39 out of 71 respectively. She refused to give up. Grit. For the next 2 years, April did not swim a best time. Think about that, 2 years, all that hard work. She never gave up. She pushed herself and trained harder than ever. The rest is history. She is now a state champion, All-American, and team record holder. She simply refused to give up. Borrowing one more tidbit from Mrs. Walker's incredible introduction, at the elite U.S. Military Academy, West Point, grit is actually a higher predictor of success than leadership, intelligence, or physical fitness. Vince Lombardi once said, "Winning isn't everything, but wanting to win is." As April goes forward to study and swim in college, she may not be the smartest person or the best athlete in the pool, but I guarantee she will compete with those that are there, because she refuses to give up, and April has grit. With that, I am extremely pleased and tremendously honored to introduce my beautiful daughter, April Forstoffer.
Thank you, Dad, for that wonderful introduction, and thanks to all my guests for being here today. It really means a lot. Believe it or not, I wrote this talk the night before Mrs. Walker's talk last Thursday. Perfection varies based on everyone's perception. Perfect to one person could be being top of your class and attending Yale, MIT, or Harvard in the fall. Perfect could be attending a D1 SEC school as a 5-star recruit. Perfect could be attending NYU and joining a dance company. But perfect could also be attending your Division III dream school with your major of choice and starting a new life outside this infamous GPS bubble. Don't get me wrong, I love GPS, and what we are learning here really is preparing us for college and the real world. After all, isn't that the goal? No limits, prepared for life? But this school almost requires perfection. Well, at least that's what we students say. We students who are waking up at 6:30, snoozing the alarm, going to school for 7 hours, going to a 2-hour practice, going on to another workout, then finally home to tackle those 3 hours of homework, it's really difficult to be perfect. Some teachers aren't so well with understanding this, while others understand completely. Last year, walking into Mrs. Walker's honors pre-calculus class on the first day of school, all I remember her saying was, "In this class, I'll be teaching you about sheep, how to shear sheep, what sheep eat, everything you could possibly know about sheep. Then on the test, turtles." Little did we know at the time this was absolutely true, like other problems in life. On the day of a test or quiz, you could bet that over half the class would be begging to move it to a later day, or repeating over and over, "I'm going to fail," or my favorite, "Just give me the 0 now." Mrs. Walker would always respond with, "Well, what grade would you consider failing?" And Cami Shans would give the typical GPS response, "Anything below a 70, what the school considers failing." Without hesitation, Mrs. Walker would say, if you went to Macaulay and asked that same question, the response would be, "Well, if I get over a 50, at least I knew half the information." And sure enough, she was right. I've heard on many occasions guys being proud of getting at least half the answers correct. This shows that girls hold themselves to a different standard than guys. If a girl tries on an outfit and it doesn't fit, it's our bodies that's the problem. If a guy tries on the outfit and it doesn't fit, it's the clothes that are the problem. Perfection is the status quo demanded by peers, but no one is perfect. Just like there is no normal either, right, Todd Wells? English class for that one. Perfection doesn't apply to just schoolwork. It applies to family, friends, body image, self-confidence, and much more. My family is far from perfect. My dad and brother have narcolepsy, but not just my immediate family. All 35 on my mom's side and 10 on my dad's side aren't perfect either. My aunt is bipolar, one of my cousins had an eating disorder, some of my aunts and uncles are divorced, some are loud and obnoxious, and some are kind of crazy. Nothing's wrong with any of those. Family is not perfect, but that's how it should be. Family are the people that are always there to help you when your friends and peers can't. When you're the odd one out of school, you always fit right in with your family. They love you no matter what. Friends come and go, but family is forever. Many friends can become like family. For example, some friends you don't talk to for a while, then you see them, it could be a bit awkward. But with best friends, you could not see them for months, then go on spring break with them for a week, and go back to being sisters. Family is the reason I am who I am today. Because of the strong foundation of family I've grown up with, I know not to strive for perfection. I'm not afraid of what people think of me, and nobody should. My extended family has always been hard on me, but just recently my mom explained that that's why I have my tough skin on the outside, or as Miss Walker said, my grit. Yes, 7-year-old me didn't like hearing, "Hey, ugly," every time I saw my uncle, or "Are you always this annoying?" from my other uncle. But now I know it was really out of love, I guess. One of my really close friends always says to me, "You're so April." I was always confused as to what he meant, but after writing this talk and really thinking about it, it's not so confusing. I'm not perfect, but I am who I am, and my friends and family take me as I am. No one is perfect, but look next to you. There's not a single person in the world exactly like him or her. I'm not the fastest swimmer. When they announced Susanna and I returning from junior nationals, they mentioned the swims that we had that resulted in the top 30 finishes, right? But little did you know, they failed to mention the ones we barely made top 100. I'm not the smartest student. Take my most recent BC calculus test, for example. Let's just say if you added mine and Anna Claire Pierce's grades together, it was only 2 points higher than Hannah Thiel's grade. Yeah, you do the math. I'm not the nicest person, my mom can attest to that, but I'm happy with who I am and I have family to thank for that. So now I'd like to end with a quote from Beyonce. Perfection is the disease of a nation. So don't strive for perfection, strive to be the best you can be, and don't compare yourself to anyone else. Thank you.
It's all you. I'll get this. Hey, JP. I must go.
Because if I open it right now, the clump is going to go backstage, and backstage is wet paint. Sorry. I'm trying to slowly. Yes, that would be awesome. Thank you. Oh, there's a GoPro.
I'll take it.
That corner
Rayanne, good, how you doing? Your prom pictures look very pretty. Oh, I do. Which way do I turn it?
Turn my pinky.
What number am I?
It's in my phone.
What?
It's in my phone. I can't remember.
Okay.
I always put it
All
on
right.
my phone.
That was awesome. Your speech.
Okay, now push it up.
Literally painting going on.